Hey everybody, so I kind of wanted to show you these Welsh Harlequin patterns. You see this one has, you may have to rewind it, but this little guy here has, not only on his head does he have kind of that gray head that'll eventually turn to the proper color for drakes, hopefully. If you saw when I first started the video, he has a kind of a scalloped pattern. It alternates black and white, kind of like a zebra, but it's more like a scalloped pattern. That indicates a male. About 5 to 6 weeks, you'll start seeing this pattern on your male ducks. And on your females, you see a different pattern. This little baby, it's kind of like a straight downward, almost like pencil stripes, just pointing downwards. So there's a clear difference on the back feathers of these ducks, and that's a pretty good indication whether you have males or females. Now, for the most part, my females started quacking at 4 weeks old. They started quacking about a week ago, and so they make that very distinct quacking sound you're hearing. And my males, they did not. They make and my males, they make that typical raspy drake sound. But that was really the only way I could tell, because after about 24 to 48 hours, it's really hard to tell the difference between a male duck and a female duck until they either start quacking or they get that pattern. But so here you can kind of see them. This one has a golden head. That's actually a female. But the ones that have this grayish color right here and the banding, that is a male. That is definitely a drake. You can also tell because he does not quack, and he has a green beak with a black dot at the end, where they all quack, and they're getting black beak. You can see how black her beak is, and their feet are getting black too. And also, she has a different color pattern and has that golden straight pin feather I was talking about at the bottom of her tail. So you can kind of see near the tail these straight patterns versus this guy. He also has a different color on his chest. It's slightly different, and if I can get close enough, you see him turning. He kind of has that scalloped pattern on his backside. And so it almost looks like a seashell shape. So that's really the main difference between males and females. At about 5 weeks of age, you really start to see the difference in patterns. Look at that. So male tail, and over here, female tail side. And you can hear the lady behind him quacking. She's such a beautiful color. That nice warm chestnut color. And the wings are different too. The females, you can see some warmth on the wings, whereas he doesn't have any warmth. But he does have something that Cotton did not have. And if you remember, Cotton is our poorly colored Welsh drake. This drake, I can already see the chestnut color is extending over his leg, which is what you want. You kind of want it to extend some. These are really great ducklings. I'm really excited. So if you're kind of looking to figure out if you have a male or female Welsh Harlequin and you miss that window to bill sex them at birth, this hopefully will give you an idea. Now you can definitely see the pattern of the female right here. And here it is compared to the male. That black and white scallop versus this beautiful straight pinch. I would call it like a pinstripe almost. So that gives you kind of some ideas of what you're expecting. It's always hard for me whenever you first have babies trying to figure out if they're male or female. And I have had females that start quacking even a week later, so it's confusing. You look like a male. Are you? Oh, you're quacking, and suddenly you're getting female coloring. Okay, that makes sense. And those I usually consider kind of more faulty females. So once I start kind of building up my breeding stock of Welsh Harlequin ducks, I will very quickly look at her. She just caught a fly. Isn't that great? They're excellent foragers and hunters, guys. That is one of the reasons I added them to my flock. And it's just one of those things where it definitely comes in handy to be able to sex your ducks at an early age. And every single one of my ducklings are a Welsh cross, except for this one here. This is Ducky, and I've said it a million times, she is a Tractor Supply gilt buy. If you don't know what that means I went to Tractor Supply. There were a bunch of ducklings that I had no business buying that were not doing well, and so I bought her out of guilt. I didn't want to see anything bad happen to her, but she is one of the sweetest ducks. So there it is. I kind of hope that helps you tell the sex of your ducks if you have Welshes at this age. And if anyone here is interested in kind of keeping tabs on my 3 crosses, my Welsh and Mallard crosses, let me know and I'll do some update videos showing you the difference in patterns and how they grow. As always, I appreciate you guys watching, and I hope this video kind of helps you guys out when it comes to sexing your ducks and telling the patterns on them and which one's a little better, and what really works for you and your homestead. So just one last time, the duckling on the right, that is a scalloped male's tail, and this one is a female's tail.